Hey friends, welcome to eSports, your go-to for all things football. From wild transfer rumors to behind-the-scenes drama, we've got it all covered. Now let's jump into the news. Today, we're talking about one of the greatest football players in history, Cristiano Ronaldo. When people hear the name Ronaldo, they immediately think about goals, trophies, records, and unforgettable moments. But behind all the fame and success, there's a story built on sacrifice, discipline, and years of hard work. Cristiano Ronaldo was born in Portugal and grew up in Madeira in a family with limited financial resources. Life wasn't always easy for him, but from a young age, football became his biggest passion. While many kids dreamed about success, Ronaldo became obsessed with achieving it. He started his football journey at Sporting Lisbon, where his talent quickly caught attention. Coaches noticed not only his speed and technical ability, but also something even more important, his mentality. He always wanted more and worked harder than most players around him. His big breakthrough came when he joined Manchester United. Under legendary coach Sir Alex Ferguson, Ronaldo transformed from a talented young player into a complete football superstar. During this period, he improved his finishing, physical strength, decision-making, and confidence. At Manchester United, he won league titles, domestic trophies, the Champions League, and his first Ballon d'Or. But for Ronaldo, success was never enough. He always wanted the next challenge. That challenge came when he moved to Real Madrid in one of football's biggest transfers ever. The pressure was enormous, but Ronaldo responded in the best way possible, by breaking records. At Real Madrid, he entered another level. Season after season, he scored incredible numbers of goals, delivered in big matches, and built a legacy that made him one of the club's greatest players ever. His rivalry with Lionel Messi also created one of the most exciting periods in football history, with fans constantly debating who was better. But what truly separates Ronaldo from many players isn't just talent, it's discipline. His training routines, fitness standards, recovery habits, and mindset became famous worldwide. Even after reaching the top, he continued working like someone still trying to prove himself. That mentality allowed him to stay at the highest level for many years. Later in his career, Ronaldo joined Juventus, where he once again adapted to a different league and continued winning trophies and scoring goals. No matter where he played, expectations followed him, and most of the time, he delivered. International football is another huge part of his legacy. Representing Portugal always meant enormous pressure, but Ronaldo embraced it. Over the years, he became his country's greatest football icon and helped bring historic success to Portuguese football. Millions of people admire Ronaldo for his goals, skills, celebrations, and records. But many admire him even more for his mindset, because his career shows what happens when talent meets discipline and relentless effort. Love him or hate him, one thing is impossible to deny: Cristiano Ronaldo changed football forever. His story is bigger than trophies and statistics. It's a story about ambition, sacrifice, consistency, and the belief that hard work can turn dreams into reality. Alright guys, buckle up, because Lionel Messi just added another insane chapter to a career that honestly feels like it stopped being normal a long time ago. The man just won his second straight MVP award in MLS back-to-back, becoming the first player in league history to ever do it. And at this point, it's starting to look less like a competition and more like a masterclass held by one guy, while everyone else is trying to keep up. Messi didn't just show up to MLS, he showed up, turned the lights on, rearranged the furniture, told everyone to sit down, and then started conducting the entire league like an orchestra. Every game felt like a reminder: this is what football looks like when an all-timer is still hungry. When he stepped on stage to accept the MVP award, he wasn't loud, he wasn't dramatic, he came in with that calm, grounded, almost poetic energy he always has. He said, "I'm very happy to receive this award, and to be the first player in MLS history to win it in back-to-back years. I'm very grateful, individual awards are always special." And the wild thing, he genuinely meant every word. It wasn't some scripted PR moment. It felt like someone who's achieved everything, but still finds real joy in every trophy, every goal, every little piece of recognition. But then, in true Messi fashion, he immediately shifted the spotlight away from himself. He talked about his teammates, saying he wants to share the award with them, reminding everyone that he also won the Golden Boot this season, and none of that would have happened without the guys around him. That's Messi's energy. He does the impossible, and then thanks everyone else for it. Let's rewind for a second and talk about the season he just had. When Messi is on the pitch, Miami doesn't just play better. They transform. The tempo changes, the confidence spikes. Every touch he takes sends a shockwave through the stadium, like everyone suddenly sits up a little straighter because they know something might happen in the next 2 seconds. He's 37, but playing like time forgot to catch up with him. He's reading the game like he's seen it before. He's scoring goals that shouldn't be possible with that level of ease. He's dropping passes that look like cheat codes. He's dragging Miami through tough games and turning chaos into order. And remember when some people said MLS will be too easy for him? Yeah, cool. If it's that easy, where's everyone else's back-to-back MVP? Where's everyone else's Golden Boot? Where's everyone else's highlight reel that gets millions of views every week? Messi isn't dominating an easy league, he's elevating the entire thing. Crowds doubled, stadiums sold out, TV views skyrocketed. Kids across America started wearing pink Miami shirts with a No. 10 on the back. The Messi effect isn't a myth, it's a measurable economic event at this point. And what makes this whole moment even more iconic is how normal he makes greatness look. There's no yelling, no ego trips, no look at me. Just a quiet storm of excellence. The guy plays the sport like it's a painting he hasn't finished yet. Every pass is a brush stroke. Every run feels like rhythm. Every goal. That's the signature at the bottom. And now, with 2 MVPs in 2 years, he's basically told the league, I'm not here to slow down. And honestly, you can feel that hunger in the way he talks, the way he moves, the way he still celebrates goals like a kid who fell in love with the game for the first time. We've seen Messi lift Champions Leagues, World Cups, countless Ballon d'Or trophies. And here he is, in MLS, treating every new milestone like it still matters. And maybe that's what makes him different. It's not just the talent, it's the heart, it's the humility. It's the consistency, it's the fire that refuses to fade. So yeah, back-to-back MVPs. That's not just a stat to throw in a tweet, that's a statement, a message. A reminder that even at this stage of his career, Messi isn't winding down, he's reloading. And knowing how he operates, this won't be the last record he breaks in MLS, not by a long shot. Alright guys, buckle up, because today we're diving deep into the mind of one of the most fascinating young players on the planet, Lamine Yamal, the kid who plays football like someone pressed creative mode on real life. So, Yamal recently talked about how he sees himself as an athlete, and honestly, it's refreshing. Instead of giving the usual cliche answers like I'm working hard, I want to break records, Ballon d'Or is my dream. Yamal went in a totally different direction. He said, I think I'm an entertaining athlete. The goal isn't to break every world record, score 1 million goals, or play 1 million matches. An athlete wants to enjoy himself. That line already tells you everything about his mindset. He's not chasing numbers, he's chasing joy. He's not trying to become a machine, he wants to stay human. And then he adds something even more wholesome. I hope kids want to be like me. Not because of trophies, not because of fame, but because of the fun he brings to the game. And then came my favorite part. They asked him, if you had to describe yourself as a player, what word would you choose? Most stars would say, explosive, technical, decisive, dominant. But Yamal, he simply smiles and says, interesting. That's actually such a perfect word. Because when you watch him, you're always leaning forward, waiting for the unexpected. The sudden twist, the cheeky dribble, the pass nobody saw coming. He reminds you that football is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to make you jump off your seat, shout at your TV, or laugh at how casually he embarrasses defenders twice his age. Then Yamal goes deeper, way deeper than you'd expect from a teenager. He says, football is everything to me. It was my first love, and it always will be. You can feel how true that is. For him, football isn't a career, it's a life story. A language he learned before speaking, a connection he felt before understanding. He talks about the beauty of the game, how football doesn't judge you. It doesn't care if you come from wealth or from struggle. It doesn't check your background before letting you dream. When you step on the pitch, you're equal. Just you, your friends, the ball, the goalposts, and that rush of adrenaline that makes every kid in the world fall in love with the sport. He explains how football creates friendships, emotions, moments that stay with you forever. How it brought him closer to his parents, his community, his identity. He paints a picture, a young Yamal, playing with his friends, his mom and dad watching from the side. Nothing but pure passion carrying him forward, and that's why people connect with him. Not because he's the next big thing, although, let's be real, he absolutely is. But because he plays with heart, real, raw, joyful heart. You watch him and you feel like you're watching the pure version of football. The same version you fell in love with as a kid. No pressure, no politics, no numbers, just creativity, freedom, excitement. And maybe that's exactly why he's becoming one of the most exciting young footballers in the world right now. Not because he's trying to be the best, but because he's trying to be himself. And honestly, that might be the most powerful thing a player can do. But here's the thing about Yamal. It's not just what he says, it's the way he carries himself. You look at him on the pitch, and there's this strange mix of calmness and chaos. Calm face, chaotic feet. Like he's thinking, relax bro, I've been doing this since before I could tie my shoes. And fans feel that. They connect with that energy, that looseness, that confidence without arrogance. It's rare. Most players his age play like the world is watching their every mistake. Yamal plays like he's still in the streets with his friends, laughing while trying to nutmeg the same kid for the 10th time. And let's be honest, football needs players like this. The game gets heavy sometimes, too tactical, too mathematical, too serious. But someone like Yamal steps in, and suddenly it feels like football again. Not a business, not a machine, a game, a joy, a spark. He even talks about how football connects people who come from totally different worlds. A rich kid, a poor kid, doesn't matter. Once they're on the field, they're the same. Same dreams, same passion, same fire. And he's right. Football is the closest thing humanity has to a universal language. You don't need to speak the same words, you just need to pass the ball. And when Yamal speaks about his parents, the sacrifices, the support, the pride, it hits deeper. Because behind every young star, there's a family that believed before anyone else did. They were there before the cameras, before the contracts, before the spotlight. They watched him grow, kick by kick, mistake by mistake, dream by dream. He plays for them too, for his roots. For that kid he used to be. The one who played barefoot, the one who chased the ball down dusty fields, the one who didn't know he'd change world football, but felt like the ball was the only thing that truly understood him. And maybe that's why everyone, fans, coaches, teammates, talks about him not just as a player, but as an experience. Watching Yamal isn't like watching a rising talent. It's like watching the beginning of a story that people will tell for years. One of those I remember when he was 16 stories. One of those careers that start with magic and never lose it. Because if there's one thing that stands out, it's this: Yamal doesn't just play football, he reminds you why you love football. And that might be the rarest superpower in the sport. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button, drop a comment, and hit subscribe so you won't miss the next episode. Turn on the notification bell. Trust me, you'll want to be here for the next story.